All right, Algebra 2, let's go ahead and do something kind of fun today. Lesson 12-3, analyzing data, mean. And I notice I put an X bar there, and that's what we call it, is X bar. In regular probability and stats, that's what you would use, is X bar. And I'm going to show you how to do it on this lovely thing. Median is MED, which is on your which will also be on your calculator. Remember, that is your middle number. If you have an even set of data, remember you take your two middle numbers, add them together, divide by 2. One thing, these have to be ordered. If you're doing these by hand, they have to be ordered. Okay, make sure you're ordering your data before you're even trying to find this stuff. Mode is your most frequent number, and that is one thing that the calculator will not give you is your mode. And then you got your box and whisker plot. This is your minimum number. This is your maximum number. This is quartile 1, your median, and quartile 3. Quartile 1 is the median of the median to the minimum number. Quartile 3 is the median from the median to your maximum number. Okay, and again, you can find all of that by hand arranging your data. I'm going to show you how to do it on this guy. Okay, so first thing, turn it on. I clear it just so it's blank. To enter your data in, go to Stat, so hit that Stat button. See where it says Edit? Hit Edit. If this list is not clear, to clear it, you go up and highlight it, hit Clear, and Enter. Very important not to hit Delete, because then it will delete that whole entire column. If you don't have an L1, second memory down here, and then reset. Okay, you'll reset your whole calculator. So I'm going to enter some data in. So I'm just going to enter in any, whatever I'm just making up some data points here. Okay, so I just made up some numbers. Okay, and I'll give you time so you can get some of those numbers in there too. First thing out of those numbers, is there any mode? No. You can have something where there's no mode. If there were two 52s, 52 would be your mode. If there were two 58s, 58 would be your mode. Okay, so there's the data set. So now to calculate, I'm going to go second quit. I'm going to go back to Stat, move my cursor over to Calc. See where it says 1 var stats? That means we're dealing with one variable statistics. Hit Enter. You make sure that it's list 1. If you entered your data into list 2, you'd have to go second. Down here is your list 1, list 2, so you just hit second list 2, just to change that. Frequency you don't worry about, and then you hit Calculate. Well, look at that. There's your X bar. Your mean for the data set that I gave you was 52.8. Okay, this is all standard deviation, standard variance, so it doesn't really mean anything for this right now. So there's your minimum, there's your Q1, your median, and your Q3 and your max. Your median was 52, and again there was no mode. Okay, so no mode. Okay, so all of these are your box and whiskers. Okay, and notice it gives you all of that. Okay, let me move it off to the side here. So you have your minimum is 25. Your median, 52. It tells you what your Q1 is, 30.5. It tells you what your Q3 is, 77, and it tells you what your max is. Okay, so those are easy to fill in if you're dealing with your box and whisker plot. I'm going to show you how this thing graphs it. Okay, I'm going to show you how to graph it. Okay, so we're going to go second y equals. Number 1, hit Enter on. We're going to turn it on, so make sure you highlight your on. Okay, if you look at your types, go down, and if you look at this one here, it's the box and whisker. So there's your box and whisker. Highlight that one. You put everything into list 1. Okay? So to graph it, we're going to go to zoom. Okay, I just want to go to zoom. Whoops. So I can quit. I want to go to zoom. And I'm going to go down here to zoom stat. Look at that. There's your box and whisker. You can navigate it. You just move your cursor. So I'm going to hit trace. Okay, there's your median, and it shows it on the bottom. There's your Q3, your maximum. Okay, you just keep coming over. Q1, and then there's your minimum. So it actually shows you what a technical box and whisker plot should look like. So it's a little bit better than the one that I kind of just slapped together. Even though my points match up, this one is a little bit more detailed, and you can now see the spacing. If you were to ever find what we call interquartile range, you would take your Q1 minus your Q3, and look how easy that is. Okay, or your Q3 minus your Q1. Just range, there's your maximum minus your minimum, but you don't even need to do that for that one. So that's what I want you to do today. I want you to use a calculator. And I want you to do box and whisker plots and find mean, median, and mode of these. I'm only going to assign 6 problems. So you should get them done in lickety-split time. Okay, so there it is. The lovely calculator way, and I love this thing, especially if you had lots of data points that you were entering in. The calculator is the way to go. Okay, so there it is. Box and whisker plots, mean, median, mode, analyzing data, 12-3.